Good evening and welcome to another night of Ilfl Soccer Night. My name's not David Joseph, but Abu Hasnaf, and I've got some veterans around me. We're going to be spending time focusing on the veterans today, looking at some of the outstanding fixtures in the Sunday League, and then looking at a few other things that are going around the borough, around the country, to be honest. We'll talk more about that later. As usual, I've got our expert and veteran expert, Rashid Ali. Welcome, Rashid.
Thank you.
We have Abdel Ahmed here. We'll give Abdel a bit more time later on, and I have some legends with me. I have Shaf Bhai, welcome, and Shazan Bhai, captain, skipper of Bernardo. So what I'm going to do, we want to spend this segment on the veterans. We know we've got some fixtures on tonight. I'm going to take you straight over to the screen. We're going to have a look at the results from last week. So in the Veterans Premier Division, we saw Stepney Legends play against Weavers, drawing 1-1. We had Bromley Legends losing 7-0 to London Tigers. We're going to come on to that game, talk about it a bit more. Sire Vets losing to Beaumont Masters 3-0, and Tower Hamlets Vets losing to Aberhani Vets 3-0. Rash, you were there last week, Thursday and Monday, I believe, as well. Because, I mean, talk me through the Premiership games, because it's, I mean, we're going to the table in a moment, but that week of games, how did they come along?
I think what we mentioned this last week and the week before. With the Premiership, it's unpredictable. Although Tigers are looking very strong and dominating the division, the other teams, on a given day, any team can beat anyone. We saw Sire beat Bromley. We see Hamlet struggling. All the teams, depending on the day who turns up with the players, can actually get results. Bit surprised with Bromley losing 7-0 to Tigers, because Tigers are looking very strong. But I expected a bit more fight back from Bromley, which I didn't see last. I mean,
that's a rerun of last year's cup final.
No, it wasn't. It's
was it this? Sorry, that was a rerun of the Winter Cup final.
Winter Cup final, that's correct. Yeah. So it's a bit surprising to see Bromley, especially finishing off on a high last season. They're having a opposite start to this season. Very, very poor start. 2 losses in a row. Not playing the best of football. Yes, they could argue key players are missing, but the same applies to all the other teams. There are a few people away on holiday, etc. It applies to all the other teams. So it's up to the management to make sure you got the right caliber or certain number of
players. I mean, while we're talking, let's have a look at the table. I mean, following those results, if you look on the screens now, you'll see there London Tigers are sitting quite pretty there with 16 points, only drawn 1 game, won the rest of them. Not far behind them, Aberhani Vets there on 14 points, again also unbeaten, but have drawn 2 instead of 1. And then Beaumont Masters sitting in 3rd place there. With 11, so still 5 points off the top. And then it sort of starts to drill down there now. So Stepney Legends, who we had high hopes for, are on 9 points, Sire then on 6, and then the bottom 3 consist of Bromley, Weavers and Tower Hamlets, who once upon a time we were talking about potential sort of title bidders.
But to be honest, with the Tower Hamlets, it's a complete change of players. So it's a completely different team. So obviously it's showing, reflecting on the results. But saying that, if you look at the top 2, look at the goal conceded, only 1 for Tigers and 3 for Aberhani. So defensively, they're really strong, and hence they're on top of the table both respectively.
You know, I'm going to put this question to Shaf, because even though you're representing Bernardo today, you've been around the shop, haven't you? And Bromley, one of your old clubs. Now, you left them on a high. I have to say, you left them really. In fact, you left them just after the cup final. Have I got that right?
Yeah.
What's happened to them?
I never managed to in veterans, so I don't know what's happening in the veterans. They got new managers, but I do follow them. But every time I go there, I don't see they've got enough strength in there. They got, every week there's 2-3 players missing. Even the manager is not there sometimes, so I don't know what's happening.
I mean, just
it's quite concerned.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking here, because if we think about the summer cup, we've always spoken about winter. It's difficult to get players. It's colder. It's sort of dark. It gets dark quickly. People aren't coming down. Well, we always said in the summer you can get players, but this year teams are struggling, aren't they?
Bromley, I think I did speak to a few players. I think they need to go outside and get a few players, because they, at the moment, they rely on their own players. So they don't probably have enough players, especially summertime. Your holidays, everyone's holidays, you know. So they really need to go out and look for players. So they can't, you know. I don't think they carry on like that every week. Embarrassment.
There we have it. I mean, Bromley, you've got some words of wisdom there. You know, go out there. Let's if you have to recruit. Yeah, Shazan Bhai, I mean, you've played against a lot of these Premiership teams. What's your take on it? Who do you reckon is probably the strongest?
They're all actually quite good. It's just people find it tough to get a consistent side every week. If you look at Tigers' side, they have roughly the same players for the last 3 or 4 years. Most weeks they don't have a sub. You know, they've just got that 7. I think this year they've got 1 sub, most games. But Bromley, actually, it wasn't that bad. I saw the game, 7-0. It wasn't actually that bad. They did compete. It's just the Tigers just scored on the counter every time they attacked, they scored. So it's just, you have to be consistent. You have to get the right players. You know, some people have no strikers. They play the whole season without any strikers. So it's very tough to get a consistent side every week. You know.
I mean, Rash, would you, and what Shahzan just said, would you echo that? Is that being the case?
We touched on it last week. All the teams struggle. One of the key areas they struggle is a striker. With Tigers, the midfielders and other players chip in with the goals, which makes a huge difference. Whereas other teams, they rely on one or two to make all the goals, and unfortunately, in Vets, it's very hard to score goals. And that's why you see the goals scored by other teams are far less than the top two.
Well, I'm going to come on to that because the next team I want to talk about is Abahani. Now, we've known for years Abahani is that sort of team. Get the 1-0, sit back. Yeah. Right? They don't score many, but they don't concede many either. And that's why they've always hung around and they're doing exactly that. I mean, on the table we just saw, they've scored 10 goals, conceded only 3, but they're second. Yeah. I mean, are we going to see anyone break this Tigers stronghold?
Well, it'll be interesting to see because obviously after this week, we've got the cup week for 3 weeks. And obviously after that, everyone knows half the season's gone. So it'll be down to the management to make sure they revitalise the team, or they set any objective and aims for each team, and hopefully they try and galvanise a bit more challenge to the top two. So hopefully the cup week will be distraction, and after that teams will take it a bit more seriously.
Abdul, I've kept you out all this time just to compliment your age because you're not a veteran yet, neither am I for that matter. If I'm counting correctly, 15 months for you and 16 months left for me. Anyway, have you seen some of the veterans football?
Unfortunately, I haven't, but I've been kept up to date because my brothers had played in it last season. So I've been kept up to date with it, yeah. I
mean, what do you think? Are you sort of mentally preparing yourself for that transition where now you're not going to get picked so often now on the 11-a-side, and so you're looking forward to being a vet, and so then it's a whole different ball game now because 7-a-side, no worries about offsides.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 10 years ago, we didn't have this facility, and we didn't have, Vets Leagues, Summer League and Winter League to play, so it's something we're looking forward to, definitely. And definitely I'm looking forward to it, because, some of the players who are playing the Vets League now, is players that I played with when I was growing up, or I've watched them playing, so, it'd be good to play against them again or play with them again.
Anyone attempted to tap you up yet, just before you hit your 35th birthday?
No, there's a long way to go yet, so...
Okay, it seems like you're not good enough. Right, you know what? Let's not forget the First Division. I'm going to take you back over to the screens. Let's have a look at the results from the First Division last week. So up there you've got Bernardo Legends winning 2-1 against Revive Legends. Mostyn losing 1-0 to Beaumont Masters B. We've got Riverside Vets recording their first win, and it was a 2-1 win against Shadwell Masters. And FC Redbridge, their decline continues as they lost 3-2 to St Catherine's Vet. And as a result of that, the table looks not like that, like this. Bernardo Legends sit there pretty at the top, 2 points ahead of second place St Catherine's. Beaumont Masters B came in just to have fun, but they're sitting quite well in third place with 10 points. Revive Legends on 9 points in fourth. FC Redbridge, top of the table for the first 3 weeks and just gone down to fifth. And then we have Mostyn with 4 points further from bottom. Then the bottom two, Riverside Vets, as we just mentioned, got their first victory, and Shadwell Masters just a 1 point on the board. Shofbay, this is where I could probably bring you in, because first and foremost, some people say it's not nice to jinx, but I'd like to say congratulations for sitting at the top right now.
Thank you.
Hope you're there at the end of the season. But tell me, I mean, Bernardo missing throughout the winter. We saw them last year, back again this year. What's the score?
Well, I have to say a lot of thanks to my friend Tovajul, he's our chair, so he's the one who put the team together. Basically, Bernardo, this is our old friends to get together. Actually, the majority player, they're over 40, it's not 35, over 40 in the team, yeah. So all friends, we just get together and play, and we enjoy it, and it's nice to be top.
Well, you're certainly enjoying it, because Shahzan Bhai, you got 6 wins out of 6, only conceded 3 goals in those 6 games. I mean, are you going to share to us what you're doing right and let the other teams work out how to beat you?
Well, it's partly down to management, I think. Partly, a lot of it down to luck, maybe. No, I think it's just the consistent side we get. The same people turn up every week, roughly. And we've played before, so we know roughly how good the other teams are. And hopefully we should I think the first season we had a undefeated win, didn't we, in the Premiership? So hopefully we'll achieve that again.
Okay, well, you're certainly looking like that. I mean, some of your opposition, what do you think of them? I mean, obviously you've won all your games, 14 goals in 6 games, so they sound like they were tight.
We haven't played St. Catherine.
So apart from St. Catherine's, you could probably comment on the other teams.
Well, all the team are a strong team there. We find it hard when we play Bowman, and plus last week we played Revive. They're a very good outfit. They just become 35, most of them.
Yeah.
We're very lucky to get the win that day.
So do you reckon they're the two that are going to cause you the most upset?
Sure, definitely. But recently, schedule getting line team together now. They got all the players coming back.
Yeah.
So we have to play everybody again. So
it's funny you say that about Shadwell have done the exact same thing as you guys. They were missing through the winter, but they're back again for the summer. And again, they're a group of friends as well. But it hasn't clicked for them because they're rock bottom and you're top. So
the last few games I saw is looking a bit changed. It's getting changed.
Right.
They're trying. They game players together now. First few games they played, they just couldn't get last either. So now they're looking. To me, they're going to climb up.
Rash, I've just got a minute to spend. I mean, Beaumont Masters. I might as well talk to you as with your Beaumont Masters cap on.
Well, to be honest, there was a slot available, and because it's such a big squad, about 10, 12 players couldn't get into sub, let alone play in the A team. So because the slot was available, we said, look, we want to play, we want to enjoy. There's a slot available in Division 1. We'll get together, and the players that can't get to the A team will form a B team and play. And to be honest, it was mainly to give the players a chance to play and enjoy, basically. And we actually, obviously, surprisingly, we were sitting third, won few games, so it's looking good for the time being. But the aim and objective is not to win the league, but it's just to play and participate, enjoy ourselves on a Thursday or Monday evening.
All right, we need to go for a quick break. When we come back, we've still got more legends to talk about. I think there's so many teams we need to touch on. We need to also wrap up the Open Age Football League, and we've got a few other things that are going on that we want to mention to you. So don't go away, we'll be back very shortly.
আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night.
An accident can be a traumatic experience. It gets even worse when the bills pile up while you wait for your compensation. General Auto Services will give you £1,000 up front and help you every step of the way with your claim. Contact us to find out more.
मुस्कुराने की वजह तुम हो, गुनगुनाने की वजह तुम हो।
Paul Jewelers, your trusted family jewelers, Soho Road, Birmingham.
हम तेरे बिन अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा।
Gold City Jeweler, the most recommended Asian jeweler, also specialist in diamond and platinum jewelry. 367 Stratford Road, Spark Hill, Birmingham. Gold City.
CLS Germany presents 2-in-1 charging and data cable with own technology. It has lightning connectivity for Apple devices and is for all smartphones with micro USB connectivity. It is very flexible, stable, and built with silicone materials. It has an LED light. During charging it shows red, and by full charge it shows blue. CLS 2-in-1 cable is the best innovative cable in the market.
For more information, please contact with us.
বিশ্বের যে কোনো দেশে সকল এয়ারলাইন্সের টিকিটিং সেবায় স্কাইলাইট। হজ ও উমরা সার্ভিসের জন্য স্কাইলাইট সকলের আস্থায়। স্কাইলাইট বাংলাদেশের সব ধরনের কার্গো সেবা দিয়ে থাকে। ফোন 07950981058।
To make your business brighter, we are White Town Laundry, a complete laundry solution for hotels, restaurants, weddings and events. White Town Laundry, a laundry you can trust.
একদল ভুয়া ও অবৈধ ব্যবসায়ীদের হাতে প্রতি বছর প্রতারিত হচ্ছেন হাজারো হজ যাত্রী। এই প্রতারণার শিকার থেকে বাঁচার জন্য প্রথমেই জেনে নেবেন ট্রাভেল এজেন্ট কি সাউদি মিনিস্ট্রি অফ হজ অ্যাপ্রুভড, অ্যাটল ও আইএটা রেজিস্টার্ড। সাব এজেন্ট হলে তার মূল এজেন্ট কি সাউদি মিনিস্ট্রি অফ হজ অ্যাপ্রুভ। সদ্য ফেরত হাজিদের কাছ থেকে জেনে নেবেন এই ট্রাভেল এজেন্ট সম্পর্কে তাদের অভিজ্ঞতা ও মতামত। মহান আল্লাহ আপনার পবিত্র নিয়তের রক্ষাকারী। সৌজন্যে হিজাজ ট্রাভেল লিমিটেড, কভিন্ট রোড, বার্মিংহাম। You of course want something special.
That I can remember. I want something that is special.
A place that's grand. Attention please, ladies and gentlemen. Majesty.
স্বাস্থ্যসম্মত উপায়ে প্রস্তুত প্রিমিয়াম কোয়ালিটি পরোটা শাহানা পরোটা, আপনার নিত্যদিনের পছন্দের খাবার। শাহানা পরোটা এখন ব্রিটেন ও ইউরোপ জুড়ে সর্বত্র পাওয়া যাচ্ছে। সাসকো ফুডস ইউকে লিমিটেড 0208591604
সেই কোন সকালে ঘুম ভাঙত মায়ের পাখিদের সাথে, তার হাতের পরম মমতায় জড়ো হতো পৃথিবীর সমস্ত স্বাদ, আর আড়মোড়া ভেঙে জেগে উঠত আমার সকাল সেই মধুর সম্ভাষণে।
খোকা খাবি না?
সেই ভালোবাসার ছোঁয়া নিয়ে এলো মুঘল, বাংলার যত স্বাদ। পরোটা, পুরি, সিঙ্গাড়া, আলু চপ, আর যত পিঠা, ভাপা, পুলি, নুনগুড়া, পাটিসাপটা।
আমার ভিতর বাহিরে অন্তরে অন্তরে আছো তুমি হৃদয় জুড়ে।
মুঘল, খাবারে বাঙালিয়ানা।
যখনই মন চায় তখনই পাওয়া যায়, সবাই ভালোবাসে কারণ ছটপট প্রাণ চায়। সুগন্ধ ছড়ায়, খিদে বাড়ায়, স্বাদে সবাই মাতোয়ারা।
ঝটপট মেক্স লাইফ সিম্পল।
আপনি কি উত্তম সেবা ও কম দামে এয়ার টিকিট নিয়ে ভাবছেন?
24 ঘন্টা কল সেন্টার সার্ভিস নিয়ে ফ্লাইট কনসেপ্ট আছে আপনার পাশে।
চিন্তা না করে ফোন করুন
অথবা অনলাইনে বুকিং দিন।
এছাড়া আছে কার্গো সার্ভিস, মানি ট্রান্সফার, হজ ও উমরা এবং হলিডে প্যাকেজ।
ফ্লাইট কনসেপ্টের বিশেষ সেবা ঢাকা এয়ারপোর্টে মিট অ্যান্ড গ্রিট।
ঢাকা ও সিলেট থেকে ডেট চেঞ্জ ও ফ্লাইট রিকনফার্মেশন।
ফ্লাইট কনসেপ্ট
020737500055।
ঐতিহ্যবাহী বাংলা টাউনে নতুন আকর্ষণ, স্বাদ গ্রিল ও বাংলাদেশি রেস্টুরেন্ট, নানা পদের দেশি খাবার, অভিজ্ঞ গ্রিল শেফের তৈরি নতুন প্রজন্মের গ্রিল ফুডস। সবাইকে স্বাদের আন্তরিক আমন্ত্রণ। স্বাদ 13 ব্রিক লেন, লন্ডন।
আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL সকার নাইট।
Welcome back to Ilfl Soccer Night segment 2, where we were just in the middle of discussing our vets, and we're going to still go on with the vets because we've got some games tonight. I'm going to take you straight over to the screens because I want to go through the fixtures that we've got. This coming Thursday, we've got 4 Premier League fixtures from the Veterans League, and they are London Tigers vets versus Abahani vets, Stepney Legends versus Bromley Legends, Sire vets versus Weavers vets, and Tower Hamlets vets playing against Masters, Beaumont Masters that is. And in the First Division, tonight, later on, 9:10 tonight, we've got 2 First Division games being played at Stepney AstroTurf. Revived Legends are going to play against Riverside Vets. Riverside probably looking to get their second win there. And Shadwell Masters will be playing Mostyn. And then on Thursday, the remaining 2 First Division fixtures are Bernardo Legends playing against St Catherine's Vets and FC Redbridge against Beaumont Masters B. So some interesting fixtures coming up. Rash,
I think the key one we touched on is Abu Hani playing London Tigers first versus second. I think that will be a key game to, obviously, it's interest of Abu Hani to make sure they get a win, to make sure Tigers don't slip away too much. So hopefully looking forward to that game this Thursday.
Well, a win there for Abu Hani puts them right at the top and also allows Beaumont Masters to catch up. But that's only if Beaumont Masters can oversee Tower Hamlets Vets.
Hopefully Tower Hamlets Vets, it's obviously a completely new team, and hopefully they stick to that. They don't get no fresh players, so it gives an advantage to Beaumont Masters. But obviously it's down to Abu Hani to make sure London Tigers don't go away from the pack and is within reach for other teams to catch up.
I see that smirk. You're really hoping that's the case, isn't it?
Well, to be honest, they are playing good football, Abu Hani. I've seen last week, they've got a few new players, and they are playing quite good in terms of attacking-wise, defensive-wise. So, you know, they deserve to be on second place. So let's just see what happens on Thursday.
I mean, talking about the first division then, with the fixtures coming up, St. Catherine's could, possibly go top?
I'm looking for this game. It should be a good game.
Yeah?
Very good side.
This is the team you haven't played.
No,
they are in second place. So it sort of nicely wraps up the first half of the summer division before we look at the cup games and go in second half. So really, if you win this game, it's a storm for you, no?
Yeah, but at the same time, still after even tomorrow, this Thursday, there's a lot of game to play. So it's still a long way to go. But if you can get a win there, then we at least first half, we could say we were top for first half at least.
Yeah, well, you get the win. Would you be 5 points clear if I've got that right? Yeah.
But saying that, similarly, last winter, Stepney were on top, untouchable for the first half of the season. Come end of the season, they obviously filtered through, other teams caught up. So with 5 points, it's not massive. It's good to be in that position, but lose 1 or 2 games and the pressure's back on.
I'm sure players, all the players are aware of it, that this Thursday is going to be a big test for us, so everybody knows.
I mean, actually, that's a team I want to speak about, because Stepney, they got promoted as the runners-up in the winter, so they're now in the Prem. And there was high hopes for them, but it's not worked out that way, is it, Rash?
Well, yes, to be honest, it's a massive club. They've got a pool of a high number of players in the pool or in their capacity to recruit. So I think what they've done because they're in the Premiership, they've managed to get more players and they've been more successful. In the last season, they wanted to test the field, so to speak. They tried a few players, they managed to just about cross the line. Now they have got quality players. It's a massive club, so they've got options to get a lot of players. So 4th place is a good position to be in.
Abdo, you've played with some of the Stepney legends that have just turned 35, the likes of Tariq and Zar.
Yeah.
I mean, they did come in with a boom in the winter. I don't know if you knew about it, but they did marvellous in the first half, and they died away. And right now, well, if anything, they're in 4th place. They're comfortable, but they're not the way they thought they would be.
I think a lot of them players are still playing 11-side football as well, so they're still committed to playing football 11-side elsewhere. And obviously Stepney is a big club, as Rashid said. They've got a number of hugely talented players, some of the best probably Bengal players that they've played. So, you know, I'm sure, you know, once they click again, which won't be too long, they'll be fighting for top spot soon.
I think that's what you got to realise. A lot of the players, once they come to play the vet 7-a-side, it's a completely different game compared to the normal Sunday 11-a-side. The tactics are different, the pace are different, the fitness are different, oppositions are quite awkward or different. So I think there's a lot of players take time to adjust, because obviously if you look at the Vets League, it's the 5th season now. In the first season, it's completely different from how it was in terms of competitive. My first season, everyone thought we'll get together, have a little laugh, kick about, but now it's very competitive. You can't get into a team, hence my team, we've got to split in 2 teams. Like Bernardo, they were untouchable in the first season. It is very, very competitive. As season goes by, it's getting more and more competitive.
And I guess we've got to do some justice for those teams at the bottom. I mean, are those the ones that are really feeling... I mean, the likes of Mostyn, who we really like, have been a breath of fresh air to this league, and Riverside Vets and Shadwell returning, Redbridge trying to revive themselves, but they're still the bottom 4. I mean, what can you say for them?
To be honest, I'm surprised with Shadwell Masters. I know I've seen in the last 3 weeks, they've got a good number of players, experienced players. Again, Shadwell's an experienced side, got a lot of players, but it's just sometimes you don't get the results. It may play well, you just can't score. Mostyn, again, I'm a bit surprised because we played them last week. Very, very hard to break them down. It took us, I think, last minute to score against them. Very good outfit. Riverside, again, it's a lot of friends got together, so I'm not surprised with their position. But Shadwell Masters, very, very surprised. I expected them to be at least top 3 or top 4 in the league itself.
Okay. I mean, we shouldn't really forget the open age football. I mean, if the Premier Division, if we just sort of completely change the subject, going back to 11-a-side football, as you guys know, last week Lotus were here to collect the Summer Premier League title they collected and sort of getting the appreciation. Obviously on the awards ceremony night they're going to get it, they're going to get the big cup, and I'm sort of going to be there with tears because my Robin Hood came second. But I mean, Rash, we could probably sort of, I mean, moving away from the veterans and looking at the Open Age, wrap up the Summer League and what we're looking forward to for the winter.
Well, basically, our winter season's provisionally start is going to be 13th of September. We're going to have 3 divisions. There's 1 or 2 teams we're still in administrations. Hopefully by Wednesday we'll have that completed. So teams that are already registered for the Winter League, they can start registering their players for the season. But the key thing, before we go into winter, I think there's a key match next Sunday which you might want to highlight. We know the Premier has been decided on goal difference. Similarly, London Gaza and Ace are playing this Sunday.
I was going to come on to them, which is why I left them till later, because I wanted to get Abdal's comments in about London Tigers. Abdal, you've been sort of part of London Tigers for a while now, and I mean, since they joined us, the Ilfl, they've been amongst the table toppers. Yeah. So it must come as a surprise to you when I tell you that in the Summer League, out of 8 teams, London Tigers finished 5th.
Yeah, very surprising. I don't know. I don't know if they've had the right amount of players or the same players that have played for the summer as they do in the winter. I can see from that evidence, it's probably not. They probably have different players playing because, like I said, they are a talented set of footballers. But I'm sure, is it that fixture that they need to win?
Well, London Tigers have played all their games, so it's all over and done with. I mean, the remaining games are sort of not going to affect the title itself. I mean, they're just sort of formalities now. But I mean, the way it finished, the surprise package, Lotus FC, who've joined us from the Camden League, sort of stormed it ahead. And I mean, Robin Hood Tigers shocked everyone, even the second division runners-up. They've also stormed it. So, sort of London Tigers, yes, they had. I mean,
it goes to show again what we were speaking at in the first half is if you don't have the right setup, if you don't have the players turning up and the preparation before the game, you can be as good as you want, as talented as you want, but on the day you're not going to perform. So that might be the case with London Tigers here because they've not just prepared for this occasion.
Okay, we need to go into the first division because that is the only Summer League division that isn't wrapped up. We did have a game yesterday. If I take you over to the screens, you can have a look now. London Gaza had a game in hand against Redcoat and they won that 2-0, and so that makes the table look like so. Now, at the top of the table, with 1 game remaining to play for both of them, Ace and London Gaza sort of headlocked at the top. Ace just does 2 points ahead because of they've won all their games, and London Gaza drew their one. But if you look at the scoring there, London Gaza in 6 games have banged in 33 goals, and Ace have put not anything to be shying away from. Ace have put 21 goals past. That is the title decider because on Sunday our fixtures are Boundary versus Jack Barry, excuse me, and London Gaza versus Ace, which is, I can probably bring Rash back into that. Rash is a title decider.
It is a game to watch. Both teams deservedly be on top. Both are very strong. Both are very physical. Both have quite a high number of players who are talented and good on the ball itself. So it should be an exciting match. And the advantage is obviously with Ace. Obviously they need a draw rather than a win. But I'm sure London Gaza are going to push them all the way. And it's a nice way to finish off the division on the last game on the last day, similar to the Premiership. So
I mean, I was just looking at their results against Arsenal, who came third, the Arsenal community team. I mean, Arsenal did really well when they first came in and then realised the strength of this division and went back and recruited and really came strong. But still, London Gaza and Ace overcame them. London Gaza just pipping it with the extra result. But is that going to be the difference between them? How they performed against the other teams is how we can predict who's going to win this?
To be honest, it's a 50-50 again on the day. Which team wants it more? I think the drive and the passion will determine. Me personally, I'm thinking I may say 60% to Ace because the experience they have, the players they have, I think they may have the edge, but it's still close to call. So on the day, it depends on who turns up and who drives the team forward more than the other.
Well, we probably shouldn't forget the other teams in that division. I mean, Riverside. It's their second Summer League with us. Done very well, finishing 4th.
They had a poor start, but hopefully, Riverside is a new team, fairly new. They've been only around for a couple of years, so for them it's about gaining experience, getting to know the system, and hopefully in the coming years they'll be more successful.
And Jack Barry Saint-Germain, we still don't know who they are. David's been after them. for a while. They're probably going to come on the show soon. But
hopefully. No information at the moment, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, and Redcoat, one of our guys, one of our regular attendees, in 6th place, and Boundary in 7th, and Interasia, who've probably fallen away and finished bottom. Yeah. I think. So, right, I've got a couple of minutes left. I'm going to sort of Shazan, you've got a bit to talk to us about, haven't you, Shazan?
Yeah, I just want to mention the Masters tournament hosted by Shonali Otit, 25th, 23rd August, 2 weeks' time, on a Sunday, Mabley Green. It's very popular. It's a vets one-day tournament, so come and watch.
It's got a lot of teams that's come this year, about 20 teams.
And, it's full pitch, 11 aside?
No, 7 aside.
Okay.
Same sort of format as the Thursday NFL tournament.
And it's an all-day thing?
Yeah, it's free food, sponsored food, and it's an all-day tournament. It's very popular. Come and watch.
Okay.
Want to give us a bit? That's what I was going to say.
Tell us about some of the teams. Who should we, us neutrals, really look at?
There's a team coming from Oldham, Birmingham. So
yeah, it's a UK.
I think it's got the usual teams, but there's a lot of outside teams also participating. It's an annual tournament, which is very massive. It does it every year. So 20 teams are participating. It's a one-day tournament, so it's on the day everyone gives everything.
Gents, so I've just realised it's the Maghrib Adhan, so we just need to take a quick break. Don't go away. We're just going to let the call to prayer be done, and then we'll see you back after that. Thanks a lot.